I'm going to start this off with a quote. It's from Aristotle. The law can look upon only the damage done. That's it. Who is harmed? And when you think about somebody like Andrew Tate, the man's been under in criminal investigation for quite some time. In a foreign court, the Romanian court, Eastern European justice. Okay? They froze everything, and why? They scoured all throughout England, everything, everybody, into his deep past history. They interviewed a bunch of people, and they only came up with one person. The UK did. And when asked about who it was, they could say, we can't tell you that. When it happened, can't tell you that either. And then this whole Romanian thing started. And do you know why? It's because of the day he turned against and said what was going on in Israel was a genocide. He just spoke the truth. That's when everything got weaponized against him. Now, I don't support everything the guy says, but I can respect what he does. Try and motivate masculine youth by chiding them. I get it. Sometimes that's the only way people motivate. And you need to see through the psyop of what's going on with the Tate brothers. Because it's absolutely ridiculous, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. And you're only helping out the very people we're trying to fight. And come to find out, George Soros, helped put together this whole fucking thing through USAID and through all this other nonsense to try and go after Tate to silence him. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in censorship. If he committed a crime, surely after 4 years or 3 years, however long it's been going on in Romania, he would have been thrown away, locked in prison, thrown out. That's it. End of story. But let's have a collection of a few people talking about this.
He says, you actually cannot hold them in more contempt. They're such losers. All they have is being the most based freak online, blah, blah, blah. It is spineless, pathetic behavior, and their only recourse is to claim you are enabling some stupid conspiracy because the obvious truth is undeniable. What obvious truth? Guy, give me evidence and convict them, and we walk away. Fine. Guys, Andrew Tate is only being hated because he criticized Israel. It has nothing to do with him being a garbage human predator who has openly bragged about luring men and women into self-destructive behavior for profit. Sure. I don't know about the Israel thing. I do think it's largely silly. There's obviously a component, but I don't think that's the principal reason. But is it illegal to encourage people to be degenerate? That's the issue. And so my concern is when we see this, my response to do I have this one pulled up? Actually, I think I have it right here. My response to the Attorney General is what? Why? He says, I've launched a criminal investigation. What? Because he flew there? And I get these response. Andrew Tate's worse. Richie McGinnis, friend saying, Bruh, I don't care, dude. I don't care. If he committed a crime, you investigate him for it. Is the only reason he's being investigated is because he's famous and he's got videos online where he bragged about things? Okay. Conundrum, I suppose. I just don't like the idea that people don't like Andrew Tate, so they started investigating him.
Exactly.
And I know people are going to come out and be like, yeah, but he admitted to doing things online. Did he admit to breaking the law? Did he admit to committing crimes? If he did, okay, investigate him. Maybe I'm wrong. I've not seen it. I mean...
Yeah, exactly. Not seen it either. I don't give a shit what fucking videos are floating around on X. Some of us have a higher bar. Okay? Some of us have a higher bar. So, let's go to another clip here. No, we'll get to that one. There we go.
It's not Ron DeSantis, okay?
Yeah.
And so
immediately he flies home after a couple of years, and Ron DeSantis and his AG go after him.
I think happened was as soon as you landed, because we saw it happening live on X. I mean, neocons were saying crazy stuff. They were saying deport him. I'm like, what do you mean deport? We didn't even deport Jeffrey Epstein, and he got convicted of crimes. By the way, I should mention in Florida when he just got house arrest for actually crimes.
And Andrew Tate's an American citizen. He has a passport from this country.
Against minors. That all happened in the state of Florida. And I have never seen that same group of neocons radically speaking about Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing. They're silent about all of those matters, but they freak out about you. I saw it happening live. And then now you're telling me that as soon as you landed in the state of Florida as an American citizen, the state rolled up and seized your electronics. Under what pretext? What did they say to you?
I'm going to interject another quote here from Friedrich Bastiat. It ought to be stated that the purpose of the law is to prevent injustice from reigning. In fact, it is injustice instead of justice that has an existence of its own. Justice is achieved only when injustice is absent. How is that just? How is that just? I don't believe in that. Charge him with a crime. Have effective search warrants. What is the crime? Against who? The Romanians can't convict him because there's no evidence at all. So let's let the man talk.
Well, exactly right. It's kind of it's very, very interesting. They fear me so heavily. They talk about me like I am the devil incarnate, and I've never been convicted of any crime anywhere on the planet ever. They fear me because of my political power. They fear me because I can galvanize the masculine youth in any direction that I believe to.
What you need to understand is that there are massive factions in play here, international ones, that do not want a strong male contingent. They want us all just whatever. Now, his way of speaking is always tongue-in-cheek for a lot of things. And if you understand, if you watch this content, you get that. Just like with me. I yell at everybody, but it's all tongue-in-cheek, and everyone knows I'm doing it out of love, right? I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm just saying it is good to tell men to be strong. It is good to tell them you should provide for your family. You should tell the truth. You should do all these other things. These things topple governments when men are strong. And who is the benefactor of that at the end of the day? Women are. So hold back.
I believe fit. And I serve our commander-in-chief. I believe in all of the prepositions of Donald Trump. If Donald Trump believes Byron is going to be a better governor of Florida than DeSantis' wife, I'm likely going to agree with him. And I guess that's why they decided to attack me. When I landed, the customs officers sat there and said, we have to go through all of your phones and all of your laptops. And I said, why?
That's not a warrant. That's not a warrant.
And they said, we've been instructed from the absolute top level to search every single thing about your life. And I said, well, I don't see a warrant. This is very interesting. They said, if you don't tell us the passwords, we're going to seize them. I said, well, you're welcome to seize them, sir. I don't talk to police.
So do you support this? Injustice is a bad thing. It should never be allowed to reign.
I don't tell passwords. You go break it with your little software. Go bust in. And from that second, the criminal investigation was open before I even landed on Floridian soil. So it turns out, if from what I understand, I'm caught in some power struggle for Floridian politics. They fear me for some reason, and they're going to pretend I'm the worst person in the world. And any of these people on Twitter who want to come and attack me over some video I made 10 years ago, they need to wake up. The people who are in charge of this country are stealing your money. They're sending it to foreign wars. They're blowing little children to pieces. They're the ones going to Epstein Island, and they divert all of the negative attention for their heinous acts towards me, and you believe it. They say I'm...
Sound familiar? Does that sound familiar at all? Granted, we're taking him at his word, but that's why I put Candace in here. That's why I put Tim Pool in here. That's why I'm about ready to put PBD in here.
The bad guy so often that you believe I'm the bad guy, not the people who are stealing your money and blowing people to pieces in foreign wars. I have never been convicted of any crime in my life. You can walk down to the mall and walk around the mall, and you'll walk amongst people who have been convicted of crimes. I've been investigated for 5 solid years by 4 different agencies and never convicted. I'm one of the most innocent people on the planet. And here I land in my host nation, and they start again. It's truly saddening. And I know that this AG is just trying to make a name for himself. and he thinks he's a smart ass. But in fact, I have a strong suspicion once they find out that my phones and laptops are empty and I haven't even been in Florida for more than 4 days in my life, that they're going to look pretty dumb when they have absolutely nothing to get me on. So then what happens, right? But I don't know how far and how crazy these people are. I don't know to what lengths they're going to make crap up to try and save themselves after this complete clown show. Why didn't they just investigate me in quiet? Let's pretend this is about law and order, and they're truly concerned for the citizens of Florida. Then follow me around with secret police and investigate me in quiet, and if you find something, arrest me. Why the song? Why the dance? Why the press? Why the public? Why are you doing all of this if you're not trying to divert people away from the important things? The important things like all the actual crime and corruption that's happening. I had no interest at all in Floridian politics. I actually, truthfully, thought Ron DeSantis was a good governor. And that's why I gave him the benefit of the doubt and didn't even destroy him yesterday on Patrick Bet David. I was very kind to him. Yes, he failed the competency test. Yes, he failed. But I could have been far worse. I could have completely destroyed him and made a clown of him. But I actually thought...
Let's stop right there. This is a quote from Sun Tzu. Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Regardless of what you think of Tate, that there's a soldier. That is a mind and a mouth that is running against all the people that we fucking hate. All the people that are enslaving us. All of them. And yet you dismiss this man based on what? A foreign court? Prosecutorial misconduct? Grainy videos on X? Don't be a fucking clown. Seriously. Don't be a fucking clown. Let's have another sampling, shall we? Let's change the tune. The man says it did best himself, I think.
The people who allowed you to be locked in your houses and lose your business and are sending your tax money abroad to fund endless wars and have murdered millions of people around the globe are saying, I'm the bad guy. The people who are on Epstein's Island, who own the media outlets, are saying, I'm the bad guy. And you're not mad at them, you're mad at me? Are you a moron? Like, are you stupid now at this point? This has been going on for 4 years with federal agencies from the USA, the UK, and Romania trying to pin me down, and they can't. Is that not proof of evidence? Is that not evidence of innocence? What more could you possibly ask? You take any one of these governors, senators, media outlet people, any of them, put them under the same scrutiny I've been under, and they'll all be locked up. Every single one, for corruption, for racketeering, for influencing, all of them. But me, I seem to walk every single case. And then the conservatives are getting psyoped into believing that I'm degrading society. Me, not the media, not the fake news, not the transsexuals, not the drag queen story hours, not chopping your balls off, not sending our young men away to die in a ditch. No, me. Because what? I made a joke saying women can't drive?
Well, there seems to be a common thread.
What are you talking about? Seriously. Like, they would have put him in prison already. He'd have been dead. They would have found anything. Okay? If you look back through all this content and what he said, makes a lot of misogynistic shit. So what? Big fucking deal. We all are grown adults, and we can take it. My content proves that too. You have no understanding of the law, political infighting, the factionalism that's going on here, the character assassination, all to help out this fucking cabal that we're all up against. Here it is in fucking blockchain. We're up against it with the Bitcoin maxis and all them with their dark money settlement mechanisms. And yeah, he probably doesn't understand any of that, but that's fine. He's effective in other areas. I would go into battle with him any fucking day. Any day. Because I don't believe what these fuckers are telling us. Why do you want to take that in? From the very people who have been lying to us about everything else. It makes no fucking sense. And this is a foreign court that we're talking about. And then weaponization here at home for political purposes, clearly. The world is there's far more dimensions to the world than what you just want to have it as? Isn't that so terrible that you cannot think on these other planes? And yet, you're misleading your entire audience because you're not being a journalist. You're not staying above it. You're not saying, wow, what this guy's been up against, he's right. None of these other people in power could survive. Trump did. He has big sway. He has a big public following to him. And what is he talking about? He's talking about the genocide in Gaza. He's talking about, the genocide in Ukraine. Telling men to be strong. Earn money. Have a family. Yeah. Does he believe in some wacky shit that I don't? Of course. Of course. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend. If you don't understand that concept, then we already fucking lost. We already fucking lost. And it's because of you.